All right, I'm going to back up here. Now, there are a couple ways you can think about this. I know half of us in the room are terrified of algebra. Anytime I put an X anywhere, some of us freak out. It's okay. Okay? So, here, it gives us two different angles. What do we know? How many degrees are in a triangle? 180. There's 3 angles, but degrees, there's 80. So, we want to find angle C. So, I'm going to put an X there because we don't know what it is.
So do all triangles equal 180?
Yes.
So how come each side just isn't 60?
That would be a...
But if all triangles equal 180, then how come all triangles aren't the same?
Because there's different triangles like these up here.
But then how do they all equal 180 if the sides are different?
Magic.
Math.
Okay, let's get to here. So these two angles, how do I find this other angle here?
Add them together, subtract them from 180.
Yes, okay. I'm going to set it up algebraically first. So we take all the angles, add them together.
52.
Equal to 180. You can set it up this way. So if I have it this way, what's my first step to solve for x? Combine like terms. What's 43 plus 85?
128.
It is 128. What's my last step to solve for x? Subtract 128. What do I get for x? 52. Okay, you can do it algebraically this way. Other class got terrified of algebra. And I know some of you in here are terrified of algebra. Okay, so take the two angles. These are solved the same exact way. Take the two angles that you know. What do you get when you add those together?
128.
We got 128. Now you know that angle. Subtract it from 180 to get 52.
See, I knew. When did you start that one?
So it's the same exact way, right? This one you just have an X, but in this one, aren't you doing the same exact steps?
Yes.
Just with an X?
Just longer.
So, is it though?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the same thing.
You
So,
have 2 lines of numbers on that side. And
This
there's 4
step-
on the other side.
this step right here is this step, correct?
Yeah.
This step right here is this step.
Yeah.
Same thing. So I don't care which way you do it,
You have to write more though.
okay?
I knew we'd have to use algebra.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay?
I literally don't get it. You literally just added the X for no reason.
Because,
there
okay,
for no reason.
the X is my angle that I don't know.
So your angle is
It makes it easier to read and it makes more sense.
it's 0.
Okay.
It's 43.
Today we are moving on with chapter 4, still talking about triangles. Now we're specifically talking about angle measures in a triangle. Does anybody have any clue how many angle measures are in, or how many degrees make up a triangle?
480.
360, what is 360?
Square.
A polygon. Yep. Triangles are 180, okay? So, star this, highlight it, underline it, circle it, I don't care. Okay? All of this, very important. 180 is a very important number in this chapter. Okay? All angles in a triangle add up to 180. So we aren't even going to be with 360 quite yet. Okay? Just 180. Nope, you're good. So, what this theorem is saying, triangle angle sum theory. A, B, C, all of their angles added up together give you 180 degrees. So, all angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Okay? This bottom theorem here, we're going to talk a little bit about it, but not too much. So, exterior angle. What does exterior mean?
The outside angle.
Outside. Okay, we have this triangle, but then we have this angle 1 that's on the outside. Okay, if I have angle 1, what we learned before, I have angle 1 and I have this angle right here. What do those make? What's the angle pair relationship?
180 degrees.
What's the angle pair relationship? You're exactly right, it's 180. Linear pair. These two angles right here make up a linear pair. However, what they tell us is that angle A and angle B add up to give us that exterior angle. Why do you think that is the case?
It's the whole thing where this one angle is the same as the 2 angles combined.
Yeah, because these two angles added together, how would I find this angle here? If I knew these two angles added together, how would I find this other angle in the triangle?
Divide by
Subtract it from
180. So these two angles added together give you this outside angle. Okay? Because this, from these two, this angle gives us 180, and this angle also gives us 180. Yeah? Okay, any questions with these theorems before I move on?
What's the
Makes
circumference?
sense.
What?
What's the circumference?
We haven't got there yet. That's circles.
Are we gonna do that?
Mhm.
It was 128. And
All right. Go ahead and try these three on your own.
Oh, wait.
Try those three. Do not do number 3. Just do 1 and 2. How do I find the measure of angle A given two
65
angles?
65 plus 50 equals 115.
So I'm adding the two angles that I know.
Yeah,
Equal it to,
115, right?
you get 115.
Just wanna make sure.
Now what do I do?
Take 180
180
minus 115
minus 115
equals A.
equals
65.
65. Did everyone get 65?
I did.
Everyone agree?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Measure of angle B on number 2. How do I do that one?
Same thing, 45 plus
Exact same
60. 180 minus 105.
So add the two angles that you know, and you get
105.
105. Now, all angles in a triangle add up to 180. So take that minus the answer that you got to get 75 degrees. Yeah?
No.
All right.
I feel as if on number 3, you just take the two 90s, add them together,
350.
plus 50. Or you take those two minus that.
350. The answer is
Do we want to try number 3?
literally on there. Angle B is the same as angle C.
All right. Angle 3, or sorry, number 3. What do those squares mean?
90.
Okay.
Yeah, I think French.
Let's start with this little triangle. Start with the little triangle. Because we know one of the angles is 90 and one of them is 50. How do we find the other one?
So 50 plus 90.
90 plus 50 gives you, sorry, 140. 180 minus
Is 40.
140 is 40. So we know this angle here is 40. Now we want to find this angle here. What are my two angle measures in there?
The measures on the small
What? It's
triangle are
90.
the same as the ones on the big one.
Okay. So we have, does everyone see this triangle? I'm done with the middle triangle now, or the small triangle. Now I'm moving on to the big one. So we have angle A is 40,
Uh-huh.
B is 90. We want to find C.
Well, if B is 90.
40 plus 90.
40 plus 90,
What do you get? 130.
yeah.
And then we take 180 minus 130. 50. Everyone applaud Trent for being correct.
I knew it.
No one applauded him.
Trent, this is why you're in this class.
Okay. Last slide here. Moving on. This was the other theorem we talked about, that exterior angle theorem. How do we find the measure of an exterior angle?
It's going to be the same as the
What did that theorem say?
2.
How do we find the measure of that exterior angle?
I say 60 plus 60
Okay. So take 60 plus 60.
equals 120. Right.
That's it.
That's it?
Because the theorem states
Well, yeah,
add up the
oh,
angles that you know, and it gives you
'cause the
that
outer
exterior angle.
The exterior angle, we don't count that.
Right.
We only count the interior.
Right. So how would you do number 5?
125 plus 130.
125 plus 30.
125 plus 30. Yeah.
155. Last one, how do we find number 6?
58 plus 55.
58 plus 55?
60 degree.
What? No, it's 100. That's 100.
103.
103.
103.
I don't know what was going on there.
Okay. Questions.
No.
No, Miss J.
How many angles, or how many degrees make up a triangle?
180 degrees.
How many degrees make up a triangle?
180.
One more time. How many degrees make up a triangle?
180.
180. Don't forget it.